Hello everyone. We are now in the sequential circuits part of the digital electronics. We are going to see the next question now. So this question is about the counter. We will learn the concept of counter and we will see it using the D flip-flop. So we'll see flip-flop also. Okay. So let us see the question. Question goes like this. Two flip-flops are given like this. One flip-flop is like this and the second flip-flop is like this. And there is an input D1 here. There is an output Q1 here. Similarly, there is an input D0 and output Q0. So Q1 bar, this is Q0 bar, and this is connected to the clocks like this. And the question goes like this. Find D1 and D0 such that the circuit shown works as counter with sequence 0 to 2 to 3 to 1 to 0. Okay, this is the question. So for this question, we'll first see what is the concept of counter, and then we'll go on to the move on with the question. Okay, let us start. Now, coming to the answer, first of all, let us discuss what is the counter. So counter, you can define it as it is a box which counts the clock cycles. It is a box which counts the clock cycles. Okay, that means if I take a counter, so let us take this as the counter. For the counter, if you give the clock pulses, so whenever it goes from 0 to 1, so this is 0 and this is 1. Whenever it goes from 0 to 1, it is recognized as one clock. Okay, the clock input is shown like this. Okay, so here also clock input is shown like this. And this is a counter and there will be output to that counter. Okay, so counter is this. Now what is a mod number for a counter? Mod number is the maximum number of clock cycles sorry, the maximum number of clock cycles counted by the counter. For example, mod 4, then mod 3, then mod 16, so on. Okay, so if it is known as mod 4 counter, what it will do, it will count 4 clock cycles. Okay, then come to the initial position and again count 4 clock cycles, and that's how it works. Now let us learn about the flip-flop. We have various kinds of flip-flop. For example, the D flip-flop, JK flip-flop, RS flip-flop, SR flip-flop, then T flip-flop. All these are there. We will see one by one. So in the flip-flop, there is we consider a D flip-flop. Okay. So D flip-flop will have an input on this side, which is known as data input. D means data, and Q is here. Q means output. Q dash is one more output. So Q, if Q is 1, then Q dash will be 0 and vice versa. And this is a clock. Okay. Now the next input is represented as like this. Plus means 1 plus 1. That is the present input is 0 at 0th second, and Q plus is the input at after 1 clock cycle. It is represented as plus 1 clock cycle, which is represented as plus. So the next input is same as the data input. Suppose if I give 0 here, it is very simple. If you give 0, then after 1 clock cycle, the output will become 0. If you give 1 here, after 1 clock cycle, the output here will become 1. Okay. Okay. Now, with respect to the flip-flop, so this is what known as D flip-flop. For the D flip-flop, there are two terms. Okay. There are two tables. First one is known as excitation table, and second kind of table is known as state table. Excitations table and state table. First, see what is a state table. State means what? Present state and next state. Table means the table that defines what is the present state and what is the next state is known as state table. Similarly, what is excitation table? So excitation means input. Okay, whatever we are giving here, that is excitation. So for that excitation, what is the, just wait a second. Okay, now see here. So excitation means input. So what will be the excitation based on the state that is given in the excitation table? So first let us see the state table. What it defines, it is used to find the next state. Next state. For example, let us take the input D and the present state. So present state is represented as Q. So this is the input and this is the present state. Next state we say it is represented as Q dash, Q plus. Okay. Now there are four possibilities for the two variables. It can be 0, this can be 0, then 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Four possibilities are there. So based on these four possibilities, what can be the next state? So we know that next state is same as D. So whatever is D, the same you replicate it here. Okay, so this is simply next state. So this table is known as state table. That's it. What state table will do? It will help us to find the next state based on the given input and the present state. That is what is known as state table. Okay, now let us see what is excitation table. Here itself we will see. Excitation table. Excitation table. So it gives what? It gives what is, so presently the state table gives what is the next state based on the input. What does the excitation table does? Just reverse. Based on the state, it will provide us what is the input. Okay, that is given by the excitation table. In the excitation table we have the present state, we have the next state, and based on these two things we decide what is the output. Okay, what is the input? D is known as input. So q dash has four possibilities: 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, and 1 1. So next state depends on what? D. That means whatever is D, that decides the next state. So D is 1, then next state will be 1. If D is 0, next state will be 0. If D is 1, next state will be 1. So even though we have the inputs here, Q and Q dash, we can very well decide the data input, that is D, based on the next state. So Q plus is the next state. Whatever is the D variable, the same will be replicated as Q dash, sorry, Q plus. Okay. So this is about the state table and the excitation table. So in the present question, what they have asked, let us see. They have asked, find D1 and D0 such that the circuit shown works as a counter. So they are asking about D1 and D0. That is, they are speaking about the inputs, right? So to find the inputs, which table will you use? Obviously the excitation table, right? We are not considering anything about the outputs. So if it is asked about the output, we will consider state table. So here about D1 and D0 they have asked. So we'll consider the excitation table. Now we need to find D1, D0 and D1. Now let us see how a clock how a clock influences the working. So there are two kinds of circuit. First one is synchronous circuit, and second one is asynchronous circuit. So if you see the synchronous circuit, so let us take a few flip-flops like this, and let us connect clock like this. So this is the clock input. So the clock input gives so this is the same. So this is system 1, then system 2, then system 3. Okay, so this is the clock. Clock is supplied to all the same clock is supplied to all the systems. So if same clock is supplied, then it is known as synchronous circuit. So if the same circuit, if you take and we supply not the same clock, we supply one clock here, clock 1, and these two circuits are supplied with a different clock, let us say clock 2. Okay, so that is different systems have different clocks. So if different clocks are present, then it will be what? Asynchronous circuit. Similarly, this is about the system, this is about the circuits. Similarly, in counters also we have both kinds, asynchronous counter and synchronous counter also. Given question is a synchronous counter, that means same clock is applied to all the counters. So here to find the D value, that is D0 and D1, we need the excitations table. So in the question, what is the count sequence that is given? So given count sequence is 0 to 2 to 3 to 1 to 0. That means 0 is represented as 0 0 in binary, then 2 is represented as 1 0, then 1 1, then 0 1, then 0 0. Again From here again it goes to 1 0 and it repeats. Okay, so they have asked about in the question, if you take if you copy the diagram, they have asked about this question. Let me take this diagram. So in this diagram, we have same clock for the both the things. Now writing the excitations table. Table, it will be for two flip-flops. Okay, first one, second one. Now let us take Q1, Q0 as one input. Okay, this is the present state, right? And next state we will write it as Q1 plus and Q0 plus. And next one D1 and D0. Okay. Okay. The first one is 0 0. If the present state is 0 0, what will be the next state? After 0 0, it comes 1 0. If the present state is 1 0, after that 1 1. You see this table. Yeah, this one. 1 0, then it is 1 1. Then if it is 1 1, the next state will be 0 1. It is 0 1, next state will be 0 0. And this table continues. This is M1, M2, M3. Okay. Now based on this, if you want to write D1 and D0, what will be the D? D, whatever is there, that same will be replicated as Q1 plus. Okay, that is the next state depends on the D value. So Q1 plus is same as D1. So here it comes 1 1 0 0, and D0 is same as Q0 plus. So it is 0 1 1 0. Okay, so from this, what can I write D1 as? D1 occurs, D1 as 1 occurs at two places. D1, if you take see it carefully, how it is related to Q1 or Q0. So you can see that it is D1 is, sorry, these are not the min terms that I have mentioned here. So this is 0, correct, M0. This is 1 0 means 2, that is here it is M2. 1 1 is 3, that is it is M3. And 0 1 is M1. Okay. Now D1 occurs as 1 for two minterms. First one is M0 and second one is M2. So D1 will be M0 or M2. For both cases it will be 1. Or you can write it directly as Q0 bar. Okay. Q0 bar. See, Q0 bar is 0. So whenever it is 0, our D1 is becoming 1. Or we can, how we can write it? We can also write M0 means Q1 bar Q0 bar plus M2 is Q1 Q0 bar. So if you take Q0 bar as common, Q1 plus Q0 Q1 bar will result. If Q1 is 1, Q1 bar will be 0. 1 plus 0 is 1, or 0 plus 1 is again 1. So this comes as Q0 bar. Similarly, if you want to find D2, sorry, not D2, D0. So D0 will occur 1 at two places, that is M2 plus M3. So M2 plus M3 means it is Q1. So D0 will be Q1. Okay. So what I should connect here? What is the design? So if I want D1, D1 should be equal to Q naught bar. So D1 should be equal to Q naught. So Q naught is here. If you uh, pass it through the inverter, so then it is D1. Then what is D naught? D naught is same as Q1. So directly you connect this. So this circuit gives the values. If you take the output Q1 and Q naught continuously, it will give these values 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0. That is 0 2 3 1 0. So this kind of sequence will pass on from the counter. Okay, so that's how we design the circuit. So this is known as designing of the circuit. So we have designed a digital circuit counter which counts 0 2 3 1 0 and again it repeats. Okay, so this is the end of this question. Hope you understood this well. Slowly we will move on to more complex questions than this. So let us see the next question. Next question goes like this. They have given us three flip-flops and these three flip-flops have inputs as T2, then D1, then T0 or T0. And here in output is Q2, here output is Q1, and here output is Q0. And clocks are given like this. So same clock is given for the entire circuit. Now the question is, find T2, D1, T0 such that the circuit below, the circuit shown, works as a 3-bit down counter. Okay, 3-bit down counter. So down counter means it counts down. Up counter means it counts 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Down counter means it counts 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. So 3-bit maximum value that can be acquired is 111. 111 corresponds to 7. So from 7 it counts 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0 and 4. So it counts like this: 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0, and again it goes to 7 and it repeats. Okay, so this we have to design using this particular combination of flip-flops. So first one is T flip-flop, second one is a D flip-flop. D flip-flop we have seen in the previous question, and third one is also a T flip-flop. So now what is this T flip-flop? T stands for toggle. Toggling means if it is 0, it toggles to 1. If it's 1, it toggles to 0. T stands for toggle. So this is a toggle flip-flop. So we have to find the combination of T2, D1 and T0. That is, they are asking us about the inputs. To find the input, which table will you use? Obviously, we will use the excitation table, right? Yeah. So now coming to the T flip-flop. So a T flip-flop will be like this. The input will be T, the output will be Q as well as Q dash. And this is the clock. So T is the toggle flip-flop. That is, T is equal to 0 implies If t is equal to 0, then the flip flop, it is known as hold mode. That is, the flip flop holds whatever value is present. If it is 0, it holds as 0. If it is 1, it holds as 1. If t is 1, then it is known as toggle mode. In toggle mode, if it is 0, then 1 will be present. If it is 1, then 0 will be present. So t is known as toggle mode. Okay. Now, coming to the state table and excitation table of the T flip-flop. So let us take state table. T and Q, and this is Q plus. So this is the present state, this is the next state. So if I want the graph between them, so the combination is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So the next state will be, if t is equal to 0, that means hold mode, that is same value remains. Here also same value. If t is 1, then the value will get toggled. So here q plus is 0, 1, 1, 0. So that means here q plus is same as q. Here q plus is q dash. Okay. Now coming to the excitation table. Excitation table. Let us take q, q plus, and t. So this is the present state. This is the next state. So if it is 0 and next state can be 0, it is 0, next state can be 1, present state can be 1 and next state can be 0, and the last case. In these cases, if you take the present state and next state, if they are same, that is t is in hold mode, that is 0. So where it occurs 0 in the first and last case. If it toggles, it is known as 1. So these are the state table and excitation table for which one? For a T flip-flop. For a T flip-flop. So now we need a 3-bit down counter. So in a down counter, what happens? In a down counter, the values will go from, first value will be 0, 0, 0, then, sorry, first value will be highest, right? That is 1, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 0, then 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Then, so this is 7, this is 6, this is 5, this is 4. And what will be the 3? 0, 1, 1 is 3, 0, 1, 0 is 2, 0, 0, 1 will be 1, and 0, 0, 0 will be 0. So this is 3, 2, 1, and 0. So the down counter goes in this fashion, goes from 1, 1, 1 to 0, 0, 0. After that, it again comes to 1, 1, 1. Okay. Now, based on the values of the outputs of the 3 flip-flops we given in the question. So the 3 flip-flops are, first one is toggle T2, then D flip-flop D1, and T flip-flop T0. So T2, D1, T0. These are the 3 flip-flops given. And what is the output of the 3 flip-flops? Q2, Q1, Q0. Okay. So what we need the inputs. If you need the inputs, which table you have to use? Obviously we have to use the excitation table. Okay. Now if you use the excitation table, how it will look like? It will have the present state and the next state, then the inputs. So present state will be q2, q1, q0. This is the present state values. And next state will be q2 plus, q1 plus, q0 plus, and the inputs will be t2 d sorry t2, d1 and t0. So if you try to write, let me draw the lines. Okay. Now, if you try to write from the starting value, that is 111, that is 7. It's also known as M7, min term 7. So min term 7 is represented as 111. What is the next value? Next value is 6, that is 110. If the 6 is the present value, the next value will be 5. So then 5, next value will be 4. So if it is 4, next value will be 3. If it is 3, next value will be 2. If it is 2, next value will be 1. If it is 1, the next value will be 0. Then finally, if it is 0, next value will be 7. So this is M6, M5, M4, M3, M2, M1, M0. So from M0, it again goes to M7. So that is M0, next state will be 111. So now you see T2. T2 is a toggle flip-flop. That means if Q2 and Q2 plus are same, then it is T will be 0. If Q2 and Q1 are different, sorry, Q2 and Q2 plus are different, then T2 will be 1. So here it will be 0, and it will be 0, be 1, 0, 0, 0, and 1. D1 will be same as Q1 plus 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Finally T0. So T0 occurs as 1 when Q0 is not equal to Q0 plus. So this is 1, 1, 1. So this is 0, 1, 1, 1, and sorry, this is also 1, and this also 1. Last one is also 1. That means T0 is 1 everywhere. Okay. We have to find simplified logic for T2 and D1 only. T0 anyways is 1 always. So if you write the K-map for, let me minimize this. This is over. So first we are going to find K-map for T2. For that we need a K-map. I'm drawing a K-map here. So here there is Q2, Q1, Q0. Let me make it bigger. Yeah. So this 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So K-maps are written like this. So 000 means it is 0, then 001 means 1, then 011 means 3, then it comes 2. So bottom we have 4, 5, 6, 7. So let us save this so that we will be utilizing this more times in the coming sessions also. We'll name this as K-map. Now, when T2 is 1, it is T1 in the case of 4 as well as 0. So 4 and 0, 1. So if you combine this, then T2 will be what? Q1 bar into Q0 bar. Okay. So if you apply the same thing for, so if you want to find K map for D1, yeah, D1. So K map for D1. So when D1 is becoming 1, see, observe, D1 is becoming 1 for this, this, and this. That is M7, M4, M3, M0. M7, M4, M3, M0. So M0, right? So if you want to combine this using K-map, what it will become, you can combine these two ones. These two ones, if you combine, the equation becomes Q1 bar, Q0 bar. And if you combine these two, it becomes Q1, Q1 and Q0. So what will be the D1? So D1 is equal to Q1, Q0 whole bar plus Q1 into Q0. Okay, let me write this in the bottom. So we got T2 as Q1 bar into Q0 bar, and we got D1 as Q1, Q0, Q1 bar, Q0 bar in plus Q1, Q0. That is Q1 XNOR with Q0. Q1 XNOR with Q0. This is what we got. So if I want to design the circuit from the given question, let us see where the question is. So here is the one. So D1 is Q1 XNOR with Q0. So Q1, take Q1, take Q0 also. When you XNOR both of these, then it is applied to D1. What about T2? Q1 bar, Q0 bar. T2 is here, then Q1 bar. So that means, sorry, need not do like this. Q1 is here, Q1 bar is here, and Q0 bar will be here. You take from here both of these, and what do? You AND it. You supply a AND gate and connect it to T2. So this is the required design of a counter which counts as which gives the counter 3-bit down counter. So here Q2, Q1, Q0, if you constantly acquire it every clock cycle, it will give you the values 7654321 and again 76543, so on. So this is the design of the counter. Now, hope you understood this question. Now we will move on to the next question. We'll slowly increase the level so that you'll understand each and every concept here. Next question is, design a counter with sequence 1, 2, 3, 1 using D flip-flops. We have seen what is D flip-flop earlier. Using D flip-flops, and next thing, check if the counter is self-starting. Check if the counter is self-starting. Now, in this question, we are going to learn what is self-starting counter. So concept that we are going to learn here is self-starting counter. So we need a sequence. The sequence given in the question is what? 1, then 2, then 3, and from 3 it again goes to 1 and it continues. That means if you represent it in the form of binary, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and again 2, 0, 1. So we got this value is what? Q naught. This value is, sorry, this is Q1. We are taking from right hand side. So Q naught, then this will be Q1. Now I need how many flip-flops here? So as 2 bits are required every time, so we need one Q1 and the other Q naught. That is 2 flip-flops are needed. So let me draw those flip-flops now. This is the first flip-flop and this is the second flip-flop. Both are D flip-flops only. So one is D1 and second one is D0. Here the output is Q1. Here the output is Q0. And both are connected to the clocks. Both are connected to the clocks. Now we need about inputs, right? Design a counter. To design a counter, we need inputs. For inputs, what we again use? We use excitation table. So here I am drawing the excitation table. So we have the present state Q1, Q0, and the next state Q1 plus Q0 plus. The inputs are D1 and D0. So if the present state, so this is the present state, this is the next state. Now let me take lines like this. Now if the present state, where can we start with? We start with 0, 1. So 0, 1. Then next state will be 1, 0. If the present state is 1, 0, then it will be 1, 1. If the present state is 1, 1, then it will again go to 0, 1. So here, and one state is not touched. Normally we have 4 combinations with 2 bits, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1 is touched, see 1, 0 is touched, and 1, 1 also is included. 0, 0 is missing. Okay, so that 0, 0 we call it as don't care. Okay, we don't care about 0, 0. Now this is min term M1, M2, M3, this is M0. So this is unused state. Unused state. Now, if you take D1 and D0, D1 is what? It replicates Q1 plus, that is 1, 1, 0. And D0 replicates Q1, Q0 plus, that is 0, 1, 1. And here, if it is 0, 0, we need not care about what is the next state. And we not care what are the inputs, not needed. So based on this, if you construct truth table. We constructed the truth table, and now we are going to see K-map. So let me copy this. So the states are 0, 0. We have found this already. 0, 0. Sorry, it is 0, 1. Next state will be 1, 0. Based on that, we write it as 1, 0. So based on this, if you draw the K map, first let us draw the K map for Q1, Q0, right? So only two states are there. So let us take Q1 and Q0. So 0, 1, 0, 1. Then D1, let us take D1. Uh, it will be at 1 for 2 midterms, M1 plus M2, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is 1 plus 1 for 2 here, and don't carries it 0. So from here you can combine this one and this one. So this gives D1 as Q0 bar plus Q0 bar plus Q1 bar, right? Q0 bar plus Q1 bar. Similarly, to find D0, we again construct a K map Q1 Q0 0 1 0 1, and it becomes a 2 and 3, that is 0 1 2 3. 2 and 3 means D0 is same as Q1, right? D0 is same as Q1. Now we know that already that we require two flip-flops. First one is both are D flip-flops only. So let us construct based on this K map. We have these two values, D1 is equal to Q0 bar plus Q1 bar and D0 as Q1. Based on this, we now construct the flip-flops. So one is D1 and second one is D0. So this is output is Q1, this output is Q0. So from the above table, now so both are connected to the same clock. This should always be there. Without clock, none of these circuits will work. Every flip-flop requires a clock. So first one is D1 is equal to Q1 bar plus Q0 bar. So Q1 bar is here, Q0 bar is here. We connect both of them to a OR gate. Q1 bar plus Q0 bar means it's a OR gate. So this is connected to D1. And coming to D0, D0 is same as Q1. So we connect directly Q1 to D0. So this is the required design of the circuit. And if you want the next state, so you know that uh, from the excitation table, we also know that Q1 plus is same as D1. If you go and see the excitation table, so D1 if you take, D1 is same as Q1 plus and D0 is same as, sorry, Q0 plus is same as D0. You observe both of this. Q0 plus is same as D0. That means with this you can find the next state also. Next state Q1 plus, next state of Q1 is Q1 plus, that is equal to D1. So Q0 plus is the next state, that is equal to D0. And from this simplified Kirchhoff's K map, we can say D1 is equal to Q1 bar plus Q0 bar and D0 as Q1. Okay. Now we have designed the circuit. One part is over. Now they are asking, check whether the circuit is self-starting or not. So self-starting means what? Here they have missed one case, missed one state, that is 0 0. So if you see the sequence of this circuit, it goes from 1 2 3 and again to 1. That means it is not going to 0. If it goes to 0, somehow if due to internal fault of the circuit, if it goes to 0, what happens? Will it stuck at 0? If you get stuck at 0, you have to go and manually remove that stucking this, and we have to again restart the circuit. If it goes to 0, and if again it comes to one of the states, that is 1 or 2 or 3, then it will again work in this particular box. So from 0 somehow it goes to 1 or 2 or 3, it again goes to self-starting mode. Okay, that is known as self-starting. So self-starting means if it gets stuck at 0, then it is not self-starting. From 0, if it goes to any of the valid states, that is 1 2 or 3, then it is into normal cycle, it keeps on rotating. So self-starting means it should go from 0 to one of the states. Let us check if it is self-starting or not. To do that, to do the self-starting check, so now we are going to check of self-starting nature. So to do that, take up all possible states, all possible states. That is, we have Q1, Q0, Q1 plus, Q0 plus. Okay. Now we know Q1 plus as, just now we have seen Q1 plus as Q1 bar plus Q0 bar, and Q0 plus as Q1. So if you take the four cases, 0 0 0 1 0, sorry, 1 0 and 1 1. If you take the 4 cases, then in each of the cases, if it is 0 0, what will be q1 plus? Q1 plus is q1 bar plus q0 bar, that is 1 plus 1, that is 1. And q0 plus is same as q1. Q1 is 0. And if you take 0 1, similarly if you do the same Boolean algebra, you will get here 1 and 0. Then 1 0, 0 plus 1, that is 1, and q1 is 1. And here it becomes 0 1. That means whenever it goes, the counter goes into a unused state, that is 0 0, where it goes to again, it goes to 1 0. So from 1 0, it again restart the cycle and the cycle remains properly. Okay, suppose if it is 0 0 and still goes to 0 0, then it is stuck there, it is not self starting. But that case won't happen here. Even if it goes to 0 0, then it immediately goes to the number 2, that is 1 0, and it will restart the circuit. So this circuit is what? This is self starting counter. Self starting counter. Okay, so till this point we have discussed this question. We will extend the what is self starting counter in the next session. So we'll stop here.